Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to make a unicorn lovey. So you're going to need some stuffing, scissors, a 3mm hook, a yarn needle, and then I've got some cotton yarn. So I've got black for the eyes, I'm going to use the light pink for the blanket, and then any other colours you want for your unicorn. Okay. To start, I'm using my white yarn. Make a slip knot. And chain 2. Okay, go back into the first chain that you made and make 6 single crochets. In the next row we're going to increase each stitch, so 1 increase in each stitch. We'll go from 6 single crochets to 12. Alright, in the next row we're going to increase from 12 to 18. So 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 increase in the second stitch. So we're going to do that all the way back to the stitch marker. 1 single crochet, 1 increase in the next stitch. Now that we've increased to 18, in the next row we're going to increase to 24. So 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the second stitch, and 1 increase in the third stitch. And we're going to do that pattern until you get back to the stitch marker. So it's 2 single crochets and an increase. Alright, so now that we've increased to 24, I'm going to do 2 rows of single crochet. So just 1 single crochet in each stitch for 2 rows. Alright, so I'm going to do that and I'll come back and show you how it looks. So this is how it looks after 2 rows of 24. So I'm just going to change colors. So I go into the next stitch, pull through the white, then I'm changing to the light pink and pull that through. And I'm just going to cut the white yarn so it's not in the way. Alright, so for the next row, I'm going to single crochet 10. So once you've done your 10 single crochets, we need to do 6 increases. Okay, and then we need to single crochet 8. Alright, so that should take you back round to the start. In the next row we need to single crochet 10. And then we need to do 1 increase, 1 single crochet. We need to do that 6 times. So 1 increase, 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so just do that 6 times. Right, if you get lost, just count your increases. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then just single crochet back to the stitch marker. Okay, so that's going to be the nose, and that's the top of the unicorn head. So you should have 36 around. Okay, so now we just need to single crochet, one single crochet in each stitch for 6 rows. Alright, so I'm going to stop the video and do that, and I'll come back and show you how it looks. So after you've done your 6 rows, this is how it should look. Okay. In the next row, we want to decrease from 36 to 30. So single crochet 4. And then make a decrease. So go through the front loop of the first stitch, front loop of the second stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Okay. So it's just 4 single crochets and a decrease until you get back to the stitch marker. Okay. Front loop of the first one, front loop of the second one, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so once you've decreased down to 30, you just need to do 1 row of single crochet. So just single crochet around for 30 stitches. Alright, so once you've done your 1 row of single crochet around, we need to, in the next row, decrease from 30 to 24. So single crochet 3. And then a decrease. So it's 3 single crochets and a decrease until you get back to the stitch marker. Now that we've decreased down to 24, in the next row we need to decrease down to 18. So 2 single crochets and a decrease. Alright, just 2 single crochets and a decrease until you get back to the stitch marker. So once we finish decreasing down to 18, I have stuffed it. And the next row I'm going to decrease down to 12. One single crochet and 1 decrease. So 1 single crochet and 1 decrease until you get back to the stitch marker. And in the last row we need to decrease every stitch, so we go from 12 single crochets to 6. Just make sure you've stuffed it enough before you do this row. Okay, so just do 6 decreases. So once you've done that last row, you just want to cut your yarn long enough so you can sew it onto the blankie later. Pull it through. And then you just want to weave it through the front loop of each of the last 6 stitches. Pull it tight. And then I just push it down to the bottom of the head. So I'll use that to attach it to the blankie. Okay. The next thing you want to do is make 2 little pink ears. So make a slip knot. Chain 2. Go back into the first chain that you made and make 6 single crochets. Pull the tail tight. And the next row we want to increase from 6 to 8. So 1 increase in the first stitch. And then 2 single crochets. Okay, you want to do that twice. 1 increase. And 2 single crochets. And that should take you back to the stitch marker. In the next row you just want to single crochet 8 around, so just 1 in each stitch. And the next row you want to increase from 8 to 10. So 1 increase in the first stitch, and then single crochet 3, one increase, single crochet 3, right. In the next row we want to increase from 10 to 12, 1 increase in the first stitch, and single crochet 4, one increase, single crochet 4, and in the last row you want to put 1 increase and single crochet 5. You want to do that twice, and that'll take you to 14 stitches. Okay, so now that you've done that, the last thing you want to do is slip stitch to the next stitch, cut your yarn long enough to stitch it on, pull the yarn through and hide the tail inside the ear. Okay, so I'm not going to stuff them. The next thing you want to make is the unicorn horn. So I'm using white, make a slip knot, chain 2, and then go back into the first one that you made and make 4 single crochets. Okay, pull the tail tight, and in the next row we're going to increase from 4 to 6. So I'm going to do 1 increase in the first stitch, one single crochet in the next stitch, one increase, and one single crochet in the last stitch. Okay. In the next row I'm just going to single crochet 6 around, so just 1 in each stitch, In the next row I'm going to increase from 6 to 8, 1 increase in the first stitch, and then 2 single crochets. And then just do that again, 1 increase and 2 single crochets. In the next row I'm just going to single crochet 8 around, and then I'm going to increase from 8 to 10, so 1 increase in the first stitch and 3 single crochets. Okay, and again 1 increase and 3 single crochets. Okay, so once you've done that, just slip stitch to the next one. Cut your yarn long enough to stitch it on. Pull that through. And then you just want to hide your tail inside the horn. And you might want to add a little bit of stuffing. Okay. So once you've made the head, ears and horn, the next thing you want to do is make some hair. So take any colour you want, make a slip knot, and I'm going to chain 30. And then I'm going to skip the last one that I did and make 2 single crochets in the next one. Okay, and I'm going to put 2 single crochets in each of the chains back down to the start. And you can make these different lengths, so you can make a shorter one for the front and some longer ones for the back of the head. Okay, so once you're finished, I just do a knot at the top. So this one's chain 30. This one I started with a chain 25 and a chain of 20. Okay, so I've already stitched on the horn and the ears. 1, 2, 3 rows up for the horn. Okay, and then I'm just going to stitch these on and do the eyes. And you can do as many as you want and in any color you want. Okay, so once everything's stitched on, this is how it looks. I used the tail from this brighter pink to make the nostrils. Okay, and then the last thing you need to do is stitch it onto your blanket. So I'll leave a link in the description for the star blanket and the hexagon. Okay, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.